Join the conversation on the most relevant issues affecting the workplace, as well as the human resource patterns being positioned to solve them on The Office. Get notifications on available job listings and advice on how to apply from featured experts in the industry every Thursday from 4:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. Only on Lagos Talks 91.3. The stage is set for us to bridge the gap between academic theories and human resource management practices. Let's learn from each other and draw the link into today's world of work, network, and discuss innovative ideas at the CIPM Second International Academic Conference in collaboration with Leeds City University, Ibadan. Featuring engaging learning sessions, over 40 paper presentations, best paper awards, and more. Theme: the commencement of African Continental Free Trade Area, opportunities for the work environment. Date is March 14 and 15, 2023. The conference is strictly virtual. To register, visit www.cipmnigeria.org/academic. And for inquiries, please call 0817-658-2368 or email academicconference@cipmnigeria.org. CIPM, we deliver value through people.
All right, 32 minutes now past the hour of 4. It is time for The Office here on Lagos Talks 91.3. My name is Michelle Ago. And today, just like every other day, we will be discussing issues concerning the office or ways to make your career more sustainable, grow with the times, the trends, to make you more valuable to any organization or company you find yourself. And you may or may not know, but I'd like to remind you that CIPM is The Office is proudly brought to you by the Chartered Institute of Personal Management of Nigeria and Lagos Talks 91.3. Our topic today will be translating strategy to business results. Yes, translating strategy to business results. It's very interesting. It's very important that you're results oriented. And it's not enough to have the right strategy. You also have to look forward to having the best of results. And I'm sure that has to do with the processes that you put in place to make that happen. Now, I'll quickly like to let you know who will be joining me on The Office today. He is the chairman, CIPM Board of Fellows, and he possesses over 30 years of managerial work experience, which covers generalist and specialist human resource practice, administration, strategic planning, and organizational development. His experience also spans different sectors of the Nigerian economy, such as manufacturing and oil and gas. He is the past registrar and CEO of the Chartered Institute of Personal Management of Nigeria and is currently the chairman of the CIPM Board of Fellows. I'll be introducing my guest shortly because he'll be joining us. But yes, that is his background. That is the profile of my guest today. So don't worry. Today will be very, very engaging because we are going to take as much calls as possible because we love to hear from you. We love to get you to ask all of these really interesting and punchy questions because there are so many entrepreneurs out there who are listening to us. And besides entrepreneurs, we also have workers, 9 to 5, small business owners. And I'm sure you're wondering, how can I move? How can I channel my business from, the strategies to, amazing results, amazing business results. Okay, we're going to talk about all of that today. So remember, you can tweet at Lagos Talks 913. That is at Lagos Talks 913, or call the phone lines 0809 191 3913. 0809-222-0913, 0809-234-5913. Yes, you can also call 01-515-0913, 01-515-1913. We're going on a quick break and we will be right back. So stay with us.
Issues affecting the workplace, as well as the human resource patterns being positioned
Hello.
them on The Office.
Hello, good evening.
Notifications on available job listings and advice on how to apply.
Hello.
Experts in the industry every Thursday from 4:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. Only on Lagos Talks 91.3.
Hello.
Welcome back. It's still The Office here on 91.3 Lagos Talks. My name is Michelle Agu. The conversation continues. Now, before we went on that quick break, we were just talking about our guest. He is the chairman, CIPM Board of Fellows. Yes, we're here with you. Yes, Mr. Sunday Adeyemi, welcome to the conversation.
Good evening. Good evening. And thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure that you could join us today, especially with the busy schedule that you have. We're talking about how we can translate strategy to business results. We hear the word strategy a lot. Strategy, strategy, strategy. Can you please break it down for us in layman's term to really understand what strategy means?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, like you said, strategy. Everybody talks about strategy. For everything you do, you plan. So strategy, in a very simple sense, means a plan of action. You have a plan of action that is deliberate, it's intentional, and is designed to achieve a mid-term or a long-term goal or objective. That's strategy for you. And of course, you have business strategy. You have strategy in military. As a matter of fact, the word strategy has its root in the military, where you have deliberate planning and directing and all the rest of them to execute a military operations and movement in a war or a battle. When the military, when they are going into a battle, they have to look at where they're going. Where are you going? Where are the enemy camp? Where is the enemy camp?
Okay.
How do we get there? What are the things that we know along the route? So it's like a roadmap. How do we get to them? When are we getting there? You look at the what, you look at the how, and you look at the when. That's what strategy is all about. It's a long-term, is a plan of action. You put it together to achieve an objective. For us, I mean, we're looking at translating business strategy into business results. So we're going to be talking, I guess we're going to be talking about business strategies there.
All right. Yeah. Sure, absolutely. Now, as a business, why is it important to have a strategy? Why?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see any option, any alternative to having a strategy to run a business. Because if you do not have a strategy, that means you are taking spontaneous decisions. Like people say, when we get to the bridge, we'll cross it. You will never cross it in business. If you adopt that casual approach to running your business, you need to plan.
You need to plan.
Because the business has become so fierce. You know, that competition has gone. Competition is no longer about people in your product line. So many businesses are competing for the wallet, for the pockets of consumers. You'll be shocked that organizations in the food and beverage, in oil and gas, they're not competing directly with the people who are in the same industry, because you are looking at the pocket of consumers. As a student, for instance, I have to make a choice whether I want to drink Coca-Cola, I want to drink Fanta, I want to buy a recharge card. That's the competition has gone outside the traditional port where they stayed. In the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, of course, people no longer look at 10 years, they look at 5 years because of the dynamics have changed. Things have changed. You know, things change so rapidly now. We live in a VUCA world. So people do 5 years plan. You know where you want to be. But how do I get there in 5 years' time? So you need to sit down, you take your team into a strategy retreat, where you are going to be doing so many things, looking at the environment. What kind of environment are you now? What is it going to be like in 2 years' time in your environment, say in Nigeria, for instance? What are you going to be? You have to play the role of Nostradamus, the man who knows tomorrow. You need to forecast to see what is going to be happening. You need to do an internal analysis of your organization. What is your strength? What are your weaknesses?
Okay.
What are the opportunities that are there? What are the threats? You need to scan them. You need to know, because it's only when you know them that you want to leverage on your opportunities. You want to leverage on your strength. And you need to work on those things that you need to work on. Like what are the threats? How do I go after this? It's like going for a battle, and you are going to be crossing the rivers before you get to the enemy camp. But how do I want to get to that enemy camp? How do I want to cross the river? You need to plan. It's not when you get to the river bank that you are going to be thinking, what do I do? Do I swim? Do I get a canoe? No, you need to do it up front. That is the only way that you can get to where you want to get to, which is getting the right business. Of course, you need to know where you are going. What are your goals? What are your objectives? In the business world, you set a budget. Where do I want to be in 5 years' time? I'm a 1 billion naira business today. Do I want to make 4 billion in another 5 years? Is that where I want to be? Yeah. If that is it, how do I get there?
All right.
You have to start thinking of, do I change my equipment? Do I recruit more people? And all the rest of them. So those are the things you do, and you put all up. By the time you do all of that in a strategy retreat, you come up with a strategic plan. That is the document. The strategic plan is what to come up with. That's the plan. And you share it across board. Everybody should be on board. Everybody from the lowest to the highest person in the business must have a copy of that, must buy into it, and they should take up what they're doing. Don't let me go all the way. I'm sure you still have 1 or 2 more questions.
Of course, of course I do. That's very brilliant. Thank you. It's a plan, a roadmap to success.
A roadmap, absolutely.
Yes,
It's a road plan. It's
yes.
a game plan. It's a blueprint. Yeah, so many things you can do. It's a blueprint because it's there. Everything you want to do is in it. Yeah.
All right. Now, remember, you're still listening to The Office. This is Lagos Talks 91.3. Remember, you can join the conversation via the phone lines or by tweeting at Lagos Talks 913 with the hashtag The Office 913. Tweet at Lagos Talks 913 or call the phone lines 0809 191 3913. Do you have questions concerning your business, your company, your organization, whatever it is? We have experts, and today's expert is not just any expert, but he's the chairman of the CIPM board of fellows with over 30 years of managerial work experience. So be sure that you're speaking with the right person. All right. While we wait for your call, we have so many questions to get to, but we have to go on a quick commercial break and return with more interesting conversations for you. So don't go anywhere. It's Lagos Talks 91.3.
Conversation on the most relevant issues affecting the workplace, as well as the human resource patterns being positioned to solve them on The Office. Get notifications on available job listings and advice on how to apply from featured experts in the industry every Thursday from 4:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. Only on Lagos Talks.
Oh, we're not being barred. Not to worry. Use your NIN and unbar your 9 mobile line with ease. Dial *996# and select option 2 or visit 9mobile.com.ng/NIN. Also get up to 20K for calls and up to 20 day data when you link your line. If you are yet to enroll your NIN, please visit any 9 Mobile Experience Center now. Remember, dial *996#, select option 2 or visit 9mobile.com.ng/NIN now. 9 Mobile.
This is dramatic. Well, it gets even more exciting when you join the ultimate weekend starter. brings you the latest news, reactions, expert interviews, and current affairs, keeping you even more updated and informed like never before. Review the past week with co-listeners and banter about the biggest stories that affected you live on the Saturday Breakfast Show. Join Kolawole every Saturday morning from 6 a.m. to 12 noon for a sizzling meal of witty, mature, and exciting conversations right here where Lagos talks. The Saturday Breakfast Show with Kolawole, Saturdays from 6 a.m. to 12 noon, only on Lagos Talks 91.3. Join the conversation.
The stage is set for us to bridge the gap between academic theories and The stage is set for us to bridge the gap between academic theories and human resource management practices. Let's learn from each other and draw the link into today's world of work, network, and discuss innovative ideas at the CIPM.
Oh, it's fine. You're here already, right?
Conference in collaboration with Leeds City University in Ibadan. Featuring engaging learning sessions, over 40 presentations, best paper awards.
No, please, you have to come. I wanted you to help me write something.
Great area, opportunity for the work environment. 14 and 15, 2023.
The one close to me here, close
to register, visit www.CIPMNigeria.org/academic. And for inquiries, please call 0817-658-2368 or email academicconference@CIPMNigeria.org.
No problem.
CIPM, we deliver value through people.
Yes, with chicken and yes, please, and pasta salad. Thank you. Pasta salad. Yes, thank you. See you soon. Bye. Welcome back. It's still the office on 91.3 Lagos Talks. Yes, this is where Lagos talks. And my guest today, like I said, is the chairman of CIPM Board of Fellows, Mr. Sunday Adeyemi, FCIPM. Welcome back to the conversation, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah. All right. So we're just talking about the importance of having a strategy, which can also serve as a blueprint or roadmap to a successful business and all the things that you have to do to get there. Now, we all agree that it's important to be able to cascade down strategy into actionable plans so that employees will be accountable to their deliverables. How can this be successfully done?
Yeah, thank you very much. Because I mean, you just hit the nail on the head. No matter how beautiful or how well crafted the strategy is, if its implementation or execution is very, very key, and that is where the cascading down the line is very, very important. Because, and how do we do this? After you have, like I said before, you do your strategy plan, that you do it at a retreat or a day off, and you come up with that document, and you have an implementation plan. So when you do then is to break this down into actionable activities. You set up what you call KPIs, key performance indicators.
Okay.
Yeah, KPIs. I mean, I call it, what does good look like? We talk about good. Not everybody knows what good looks like. So when you do a KPI, you are showing everybody in the business, this is what good looks like. Yeah. I don't know if I'm communicating.
Absolutely, sure.
I want to bring it down to the very, very, very understandable level.
Okay.
So you set up the KPIs and you have broken this down. This is where we want to be. 5-year plan. The first 1 year, this is the mileage we are looking at on each of these lines.
Okay.
Finance, where do we want to be in terms of bottom line, in terms of our finance, in terms of our people? Where do we want to be in terms of people, in numbers, both in quantity and quality? This is where we want to be. In terms of our operations, this is where we want to be. And you put them in a way that you break it down to languages that people can understand. I tell people, what is not measurable is not manageable. You must be able to measure them. Yeah, if you talk about finance, you go straight. By the year 2024, we are currently on 1.5 billion. By 2024, we should be on 2 billion. 2 billion is very clear to everybody.
Right.
That's
Sure.
KPI.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
It ought to be measurable. It has to be measurable.
It has to be measurable.
Right.
You must be able to track it.
Yeah.
Once to do that, you share this amongst your employees, the entire workforce, because everybody has a role. It depends on the levels. Sometimes from the directors to come down to the level of senior managers, down to managers, and all the rest of them. Or you break it departmentally. HR goes with his own, finance team goes with his own, operations, supply chain, and the rest of them. And this applies even in the public service, not just in the private sector, even in the public sector. It applies. They have strategy. Yeah. So you break it down. Everybody goes on with his own, and you set up a dashboard. You set so people can see where they are going. You know what I mean by the dashboard. You ride a car, you have a dashboard.
Okay.
When you're not, if your engine is low, it will tell you. It will keep warning you. Or you use the traffic light, red, yellow, and green. When you are doing well, it shows a green. You are supposed to do $500 million in 1 year. You are still struggling with.
So these also has to do with having a target as well, because I think targets are very important to this entire value chain. Yeah. So you need to have a target, and with this dashboard, you can update the dashboard with meeting each target. Therefore, measuring your growth or measuring your deliverables and seeing that indeed they are happening. It's time bound. The opportunity. Oh, that's very good for you to clear up. We're learning so much. But I want to ask more questions. What key roles does the HR play to ensure that strategy is translated into business results? Where does the HR come in all of this?
Yeah, HR, it depends on the structure in the business. There are some organizations where you have a full-fledged planning department. There are some where HR will have to take leadership, because HR is responsible for performance anyway. In the business, they support the line managers to ensure that the business meets its objectives. In terms of measuring performance of every employees, even though they do not get directly involved in measuring those performances, but they supply the template and monitor that line managers are doing what they are doing. So managing business objectives or managing the implementation of a strategic plan could be a responsibility of HR, and that means they manage all the administration that surrounds strategy. That means agree how regularly do we meet, when do we check this. In some organizations, every quarter they have a day meeting where nothing happens apart from performance issues on strategy. Where are we on this? So you don't leave things too long, because if you've gone the wrong route for too long, that ruins or that damages everything you are doing. They do it quarterly, they do it half yearly. At the end of the year, of course, they need to do that, because you need to report to the board. So the HR manages all of that. They provide all the technical support to line managers to ensure that they understand their targets, and they ensure that these targets are cascaded down.
All right.
Everybody must know what they should do. What's my role in all of this? It must be, even measure how these targets are set. Like I tell people, of course, the targets must be smart. You have to be specific. It has to be measurable. It has to be, the SMART acronym for, you make sure that it meets that requirement. Otherwise, you are wasting everybody's time. There's no point asking me to do something that I don't understand. This is the role of the HR to ensure that periodically, routinely, they organize seminars, talks around strategy about their tasks and targets. What are the things I'm supposed to do, so everybody knows? In some organizations, you see people putting it at their workstation. So every day you get to work, you know what you are supposed to be doing
Mhm.
and how far you are doing with it. These are the organizations that will succeed, not organizations that don't, where people don't know where they're going. But if you don't know where you are going, any road will take you there. Any road will just take you there. So people know what they are supposed to be doing. And that is the responsibility of HR. Yeah.
All right. Here is a question from Rayola, who's saying, "Hi, good evening, Michelle. Glad I tuned in here at a perfect time. Please, I have an issue growing my business as a skilled fashion designer and have been in business for the past 3 years. But I'm currently, he's saying he's currently having issues growing the business due to limited funds. And he's asking, so it's been a case of little or nothing to save. What do I do to be where I want to be in my business?" And that actually brings me to my question for you, Mr. Sunday. What is your advice to SMEs who struggle with developing a strategy for their business growth?
Yeah, for small and medium enterprises, I mean, I think the major challenge has to do with the skills. Do they have the skills in-house, or do they want to outsource it? You know, that's the thing. They need, the SMEs would have to look at the skills they have. I mean, I know organizations in the small, medium enterprises who go out and look for experts to handle issues concerning performance in their organizations. Yeah, so because you need to have the skills in-house before you can do it. You need to do it. That's some 10 years ago, most of the banks, the commercial banks who were giving money out to SMEs, they insisted that they must have structured human resource departments. Okay. How many SMEs can afford to have all of that? So what they did was to outsource their HR to people, to experts, to consultants who could manage this. So in terms of strategy in SME, is a big challenge. And it depends on the scale as well. There are some who, no matter how small they are, they know where they're going. They know what they want to do. So all they need to, and of course, I tell people, I mean, the world has gone digital. You go on the internet and read, develop yourself, see what you can do, and take them in bits and pieces and implement them. Strategy is easy. What do I want to do? By the time you are putting your money into business, you know what you want to do. Put them down. You put them down what you want to achieve. Who are the people that are going to do this for you? Do you have them? If you don't have them, how do you want to plan? How do you want to have them in the next 4 or 5 years?
Yeah.
Or you can even do a 3-year plan. First year, I want to recruit somebody from this who can do this, go to a competition and get an expert at a premium price. And that's what we call strategy. Okay. Because what you want to do is to deliver your business results. So going to hire from competition, developing your own nurseries, getting your people to develop them to have the culture of your organization is a strategy. You bring bright guys from the polytechnic, from the universities and all the rest of them, and they grow with your business. Out of that, people are able to sit down and put your thoughts together and develop a business strategy for you.
Right.
So that to me would be my counsel to SMEs. They shouldn't look at the elephants in the business. If you look at the elephants have gone, they've grown. They went through that route that you are struggling with before they are here where they are today. Yeah. Right.
All right, very interesting. We have to wrap it up today. We have to wrap it up right now, as a matter of fact. But it's been such an eye-opening conversation on how important it is to measure the deliverables of the growth of your business, because we need plans. We need to plan everything that we do. With every goal that we hope to achieve, we have to create the right path to get there. And we can't just do that by wishful thinking. We can't wish it to life. We have to plan, we have to work hard on it, and we have to monitor the progress all the way to the finish line to make sure that these targets are achieved, especially in the organization. So thank you so much, Mr. Sunday, for joining us. We do appreciate you, Mr. Sunday Adeyemi. But do you have any last words to share before you go?
Yeah, my last word to business people is to recognize the fact that by and large, year in, year out, the business environment is getting tougher and tougher. And we need to respond to this by ensuring that we put the right strategy in place.
Okay.
So that's the only way we can survive. A lot of businesses are gone, but those ones who are surviving today are those who could project into the future and get ready for the uncertainty that is coming in. Yeah, that would be my last word on this program. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Join us next week on Thursday as we continue on The Office, and always be a part of the conversation. It's 91.3 Lagos Talks. Coming up next is Critical Thinking with Sales. Stay with us. All right, sir. Bye. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Yeah.
Yes, sir.